Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Sheila. Hello, everyone. I'm not sure if you can see me. Hi, hi. I'm so sorry about the wait. Hi, Soren. It took me a little bit longer. Hello, everyone. It took me a little bit longer to get here because I'm actually commuting from a different part of town, and it's not always very predictable. So it took a little bit longer. I hope that Bertrand can join us. He told me on Patreon that now he cannot join, something like that. But we'll see. Hopefully, he will also be here. And let's see who else is coming. Hi, Raphael. Hi, good to see you. Good to see you. Uh, you understand? Which area are you now? Yes, I'm about to tell you where I am. So I decided to come. Having a great day. Yes, I hope everyone is having a great day as well. I'm having a busy one, but a very nice day as well. So I'm in this area of town of Toronto that is called High Park. You can see a lot of trees uh, behind me. This is called High Park, and I decided to take you to this area of Toronto because it is connected to the album Father, and actually the previous album Hour of the Wolf as well, because this area has a lot of memories, and I will tell you in a minute why. So I used to live here just when I was working on Father, and there are so many stories connected to this area. It's a little bit windy today. I hope that you can hear me well. I know how's the sound. I know it's very windy, so I hope it doesn't get into the microphone too much. Anyway, so let me know, guys, how the sound is. Hopefully, it's fine. I'm gonna try to. It's windy, but it's okay. Okay, thanks. I will try to cover maybe my AirPods, but yeah, with the wind, it is today is some kind of a wind warning or something like that. Every day we're having crazy weather. Yesterday it was snow and it was a blizzard. Doesn't sound okay. Doesn't sound too bad. Okay, hopefully it's gonna be okay. It's pretty windy. Okay, I'm going to hide here. I hope it's not gonna interfere with our stream. Yesterday we had a blizzard during the listening party. It was an actual winter blizzard, and today we have almost plus 20 degrees, which is insane. But at the same time, it's very, very windy, very strong wind. Let's see what we can do with this weather. So behind me, you can see this high park. And actually, the first thing I wanted to tell you, this is not connected with Father, but more with Hour of the Wolf album, is that if you remember Blizzard, if you remember the cover of Hour of the Wolf, that it's actually these exact trees that you see behind me. Because for that cover, I was already living here, and I took a picture of those trees and put them on the cover, and then I also placed myself there floating above the trees. But these are the very trees that you can see on the cover, so that's the first thing that I wanted to tell you. Interesting. Yes, this is a really special place for me. very special. And then this is the building that I used to live in. It looks like a nice place to live. It was, yes, it was incredible. It's actually a very special building, very special place to live. So I will show you another thing that also a little bit inspired the album Hour of the Wolf. First is that this building where I live, this is the building itself. And here it has the wolves. So it is very close to High Park. High Park is a kind of a wild park with lots of wildlife as well. And when you just exit the building where I used to live, you can see those. I mean, probably they're coyotes technically, but I've always seen them as wolves, and I really love those little statues. Um, so I remember that while I was working on that album, that was very interesting for me, an interesting reminder. And in general, this building has a very interesting vibe. It's a lot of natural kind of. It's a natural theme. Thank you, Sheila, for sharing this with us. Very beautiful. Of course, my pleasure, Rafael. So I just thought that I never talked about it. There's so many kind of interesting little stories connected both with Hour of the Wolf album and Father. We'll move to that soon. Yes, so the whole building it has a lot of natural kind of it's a thing with nature, but also a little bit of the rock and roll as well. So they have both trees like that, and even like LED screen with trees. And inside the building, where we're not going to go today because we don't live there anymore, they also have like even in the elevator, they have mirrors covered in like dark branches painted on the mirrors, and then they have skulls of different animals and the common areas. It's a very interesting building, and then they also have like a little garden on the top, beautiful beautiful terrace. Very interesting to get a look into your upbringing. Thank you so much. It's not really, I wasn't very young when I lived here. It was just, I lived in this area for quite some time, but it was already, I lived here as an adult. So this is when I was working on Hour of the Wolf and on Father as well. Ooh, oh my God. Oh my goodness. I will show you also where my balcony was facing, because when I lived here, I had a gorgeous view of High Park from a top floor, and my balcony was facing right there where all the trees are, and I would see the hawks flying around, and at night I could see the sky. It's a beautiful view of the sky. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. It's very, I don't know if I will be able to fly away because it is incredibly windy. So my balcony was facing just there, and I wrote a few songs. Like, for example, "Falling." I wrote just overlooking this beautiful park and the skies. It was a very inspiring view. I'm gonna show you. How should I do this? This is where my balcony was facing, on one of the top floors. This is where my balcony was. Sorry, and this is where it was facing, but it's actually a really beautiful view. A place of Anastasia Winter history. It certainly is. It certainly is. So, and then every day I would go and take a walk here in this park. Maybe not every day, but quite often. I really like to walk in this park. It's a massive park. Very beautiful. Well, in all seasons actually, and it inspired me quite a lot. It gave me so many beautiful moments of inspiration. So right now, I'm thinking that we can go to that park together. We will take a little walk, and I will tell you a little bit more about know, the album Father and the stories behind some of the songs and the process. So I found a lot of inspiration there for sure. Thank you, Sheila. Yes, it is a very inspiring place. It's really lovely. It's really lovely to be here too after so many years because I moved to my new place already. How many years ago? Maybe 4 years ago. Okay. Yeah, I think you are safe also. I know that, like I said, there is a lot of wildlife there, and that's for sure. So you have to be careful with the coyotes because they can. Usually, for people, they're not that dangerous. They will attack dogs though. So if you have a dog, then I don't. So you have to be careful, of course. And the coyotes even came to that building where I lived, and they came to the backyard, and very interesting animals. But apart from that, it's a very safe place. I always felt very safe there. Sometimes I would take a book and I would sit on a bench and read, and sometimes I would take my iPad and read from the iPad, and I stayed there quite late there, even until the dark. Sheila likes coyotes. You like coyotes? They're interesting animals. They're almost like something in between dogs and wolves, right? I mean, animals are lovely in general, so that's great. Yes. So now we're entering the park. I'll show you. Yeah, we're about to enter the park, and where should we start? I'm going to start from the beginning. We're going to just walk, I think, and chat a little bit. Hopefully, it won't be as windy inside. So, yes, the story of father. Where did it start? Well, first of all, it started from me writing the songs over the years. It took a few years to write the all of the material for father, and some stories were quite interesting. For example, the Ocean Song, which is the first song on the album, I wrote while I was in the Caribbean, and I was staying at this very special hotel that had a huge fish tank, kind of, or like a aquarium. I'm guessing it's better to say fish tank is not doesn't represent. So the whole ground floor, even it was below the ground, they had gigantic, enormous uh, aquarium there where you could see the sharks and you could see all sorts of fishes, and also, interestingly, that same lower floor had a grand piano that nobody really played, and there weren't so many people there for some reason, and I would just go and sit down and play that grand piano, and I was completely surrounded by that aquarium and by those fish. In what country? In the Caribbean. It was the Bahamas. It's a very special hotel, quite an interesting one. But it's all the whole theme is that it has I don't know, they're probably one of the biggest aquariums I guess in the hotels for sure. It was very interesting. So I would stay there and I was completely by myself, and I just sat down and played this theme, the piano theme. Did we get to play the piano much? I played it quite a lot. Yeah, I played it quite a lot. I would just come there, uh, and I really loved being there by myself. And again, like it was just such a special, atmosphere. Very cozy, but also very special because you don't often have a combination of two. So it's a grand piano and this aquarium, and the sharks are flowing by, and the fish. They're so, you know how they are. It's very relaxing, and they're so slow, and they're just swimming around. It was really lovely, very interesting experience. So this is how I wrote the Ocean Song. I just realized that I have never actually told this story to anybody. But it's definitely is quite an interesting story. Yes, inspiration is everywhere. It can be everywhere, right? Very lucky moments meant for you. Yes, thank you. I'm very grateful for that. Yes, it's really, really, it was a very special experience. That's for sure. What else? So other songs some of them were, they have more dark stories behind them. So for example, a few songs for Father were written based on some personal drama that I was going through um, during that time, and something very um, intense was happening in my personal life, and I don't want to talk too much about that because it gets a little bit more. It's a private, I would say. I would like to keep it more private, but there was, as you can probably tell, some of the songs were written like based on those experiences and those emotions that were coming out, and I was channeling them into the music. And the song Father was really cathartic for me in that sense, because when I wrote that, I felt that it really helped me to process all the drama and all those difficult emotions and everything that was happening, and helped me to process and release it. So I really felt that very strong sense of relief and a very powerful release happening with that specific song, Father. Uh, yes, and then what happened is, yeah, I just had that material and I recorded the demos, two demos that you can hear in that special little package that I gave you yesterday. Indeed, sometimes great inspiration comes from challenging moments of life. Yes, absolutely, Sheila, I absolutely agree, right? So this is how it happens, and I think it also helps to process, right, things and to find that channel, kind of how to express it and process it and move on as well. So back to the story. So I recorded those demos already. I was working with Raphael Weinroth Brown, this wonderful cellist, and we went to a very good studio here in Toronto, Union Sound. And very big. It is very big. I'm not even going to take you throughout the whole park. We're just entering. We're just entering. It has some interesting spots here. This is the logs and the trees. I'm not sure what's happening with that. So yeah, we recorded the demos of Halos and the Ocean Song. I felt that these were probably at the moment the strongest songs, or just the songs that I wanted to work on. And after that, I was just preparing to work on the album when something quite interesting happened. And this is another story that I actually never really told, I think, to anybody, and I even forgot about it myself a little bit. But it was a very interesting synchronicity, I would call it, or I'm not even sure what it was, some kind of a sign that I decided to follow that on Instagram. And I've been a big fan of David Sylvian for a long time. David Sylvian and Japan Band, and Steve Jansen is David Sylvian's brother. And I knew of him, of course, in his work, all of it. And then just some absolutely unknown stranger person wrote to me on Instagram that and on one of my videos that, oh, you have a beautiful voice, and I think you should work with Steve Jansen. And I said, well, thank you. I mean, I've never thought of that. I would love, of course, to work with Steve Jansen and maybe David Sylvian and lots of other my favorite musicians. But and she told me, no, 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 really, you should really reach out to him because he's a very sweet person and he will reply to you and he loves working with different vocalists. And why don't you give it a try? And I thought, well, why don't I? And I really did that. So I just found Steve Jansen's email, I think, on his website, and I wrote him a little email, and I think I sent him links to Hour of the Wolf album, 2 tracks. I think maybe Hour of the Wolf it was, and Sleep Sleep or something like that. So I sent him these 2 tracks and I told him that uh, I really like his work and I would like to maybe do something together and create something really beautiful together. I think we should do that. And he replied to me very quickly. It was unbelievably fast. It was literally maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes. He responded back and he said that, yes, actually, I would like to give it a try. Let's see where it can lead us. And he was open to that as well, unexpectedly for me. And he sent them. And later I found out, he told me that he really liked those tracks from Hour of the Wolf album. And specifically, he liked my voice and he liked the quality of the sound, how it was recorded, because we recorded it quite well already. I was working with Jeff McMurich, and Jeff is absolutely amazing sound engineer, and he's such an audiophile, and he collects all this vintage equipment, and you can tell listening to Hour of the Wolf that it was recorded on some kind of a very special vintage equipment. It has that specific sound, and Steve understood that, and yeah, so he agreed to work together absolutely out of nowhere. That happened, and I was very excited. And then at first we wanted to do 2 songs, but then I thought, I remember I finished Father and the Father, I mean the song, and I thought that, yeah, I should also invite him to do something there. So we ended up doing 3 songs together, and they were absolutely wonderful. These are one of my favorite songs on the record. Someone you admire like that, reach out to you about a collaboration. I mean, I reach out to him, yes, of course. If he reach out to me, it would be even more, it would be absolutely magical. But I reach out to him, and it was, thank you so much, Sheila. And it was, yes, it was absolutely surreal, I have to tell you. But it also happened, sometimes it just happens so natural, so magically, and so easily. And when there's this easy flow of things, I just perceive it like, yeah, well, perhaps this is something that is meant to be. So I was very grateful for it, but I took it, and we started working together. And I have to tell you that in general, I was remembering working on Father album, and it was the most smooth experience. Thank you so much, Raphael. You're very kind. Thank you. Um, it was a very smooth experience. It was so easy, and it was so just like everything was aligning so well. This working on the album and working with Steve too. It was as if like we have a very similar vision of things, and it was just very, very pleasant, easy, smooth, very nice communication. We're sending files back and forth from Toronto to London and back. And he was really helpful. He was very sweet. And then in the end, I asked him, so like, what would you like to do? Would you like me to pay you for your collaboration, or would you like to share the royalties? Or whatever. And I even, because I admire him so much and I was so grateful, I told him that whatever you would like, just let me know and I will do it. Whatever you want, whatever works for you. And he told me that basically he doesn't need any payment and I can keep all the royalties, and he's just happy to do this together. And the only thing, he made a joke that when you're in London, you can take me out for dinner. We're gonna get together and you can take me out for dinner if the album does really well. Let's do that. Otherwise, he just uh, basically, yeah, he just did it like that, and he helped me so much. It's so sweet of him, and I really admire this person. I think it's just a very genuine and very sweet and very kind person. Steve Johnson. Yeah, all of my communication with him was absolutely amazing, and it's so sweet of him. It was really lovely. He helped a lot to promote the record as well when it came out. So like it was really great. Um, yeah, and then I wanted to say a few words about, of course, so once we started working, no, once we already were planning it, and then there was this epic Kickstarter experience, which was my very first Kickstarter. That part of the park looks great for shooting a video. Thank you. Yes, I actually so when I was launching my first Kickstarter campaign, I don't know if all of you guys were there. Definitely Han was present. I think Soren was also around that time. Raphael, I think you as well. I don't know who else. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Time, yeah, it's precious, right? So I absolutely agree with you. So I shot this, there was a Kickstarter video, and I shoot it all here in this park where there are some beautiful long shots where I'm walking away into the distance, and then there's a part where I'm sitting on the big kind of branches and I'm writing something. I shot everything here in this park. I really love it. Raphael, yes, I'm reading your messages. I'm trying to both speak and read the messages and reply at the same time. You're writing some really beautiful words. I absolutely agree. I am incredibly grateful to Steve, and I think when somebody does something like that for you, it's really special. But it's also, in a way, it's not even just for me, but it's for everybody else. It's for so many people who are going to enjoy, who have already enjoyed this music and who are going to enjoy it more. So it's for everyone. He just did it for us, absolutely for free, and just how humble this. It's a very, mind you, it's a very talented, it's a very well established, very well known, and very experienced person. He has been in this industry for so many years, and he's absolutely incredible. And yet he took this project. He did it beautifully. He did it for free. He just gifted me and all of us this wonderful experience and this wonderful music that we now have. So I'm very grateful. Absolutely beautiful person. I really admire him. Yes. So a little bit hard to move from topic to topic. There's so much that I want to say about this theme. So Kickstarter was also amazing. Yeah, I had a video here in this park, and I remember going here a lot during this Kickstarter campaign just to calm my mind. And sometimes I took little videos here and made little videos or photos or something like that. But yeah, so the Kickstarter was also absolutely magical because I didn't have that much of a following back then, I feel. And yet we were able to um, do this campaign successfully, somehow even overfunded a little bit. And so grateful to everyone who took part in that. It was absolutely magical, beautiful experience as well. Everything seemed to align, actually, all the wonderful and just the so many amazing, wonderful, beautiful people took part in that album, Father, in different ways, right? Somebody creatively, somebody financially, somebody just with their support. It's actually, I think really, it's just really beautiful, very moving as well, very touching, and I love that we made it, and that there's such a beautiful result also at the end of all of it. Yeah. So, what else? What else? What else can I say? Yeah, and then of course, so the work on the album went really smoothly. It was really beautiful. Actually, as in contrast to the other albums, both Hour of the Wolf and Song of Songs were very difficult for me. Very difficult. Lots of things happening. Some internal struggle, external struggle as well, and even some conflicts. Not nothing serious, but there was a little bit of tension with both records. But Father was absolutely smooth and so just everything aligned. It was really special, a really beautiful experience. So I remember I have the very fond memories. Um, of that, of those times. 5 years ago. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Sheila. Yes, it's 5 years. Time really does fly. When you think about it, it feels like it was, I want to say yesterday, but maybe not yesterday, but feels like maybe a year ago or something like that. But no, it's a long time already. So crazy. Yes. But so many other wonderful things happened in that time. Now we have this new album and so on. Um, yeah. So yes, and then Father also, it was absolutely insane times when I released it. The pandemic started, so I was planning all the activities to promote the release of the album. I wanted to do the album release show. I was talking to Raphael and looking at the venues, and then all of a sudden it was just the pandemic. And then April 2nd, 2020, if you remember what it was just the beginning of the pandemic, the craziest days, absolutely surreal, when nobody understood what was happening. The borders were shutting down, people were on lockdowns, and nobody could even understand where it was going. It was absolutely bizarre and surreal and scary for some people, I guess for all of us. And it was absolutely crazy, right? And I had this record that I was planning on releasing, and some people, I remember, some people were posting, making posts, something like, "Oh, don't, don't promote your releases right now. It's such a difficult time for the whole world, and don't put out this new music. Don't release anything. Don't promote yourself. How can you?" And I thought maybe I should postpone the release, but then I thought at the same time that, well, it's so scary already in such unstable times, and maybe people will benefit from having something beautiful, and new and beautiful enter their lives. And maybe they need this music just to come right now and support them, and keep their mind maybe off um, everything that was happening at that time. It was a wake-up call for me. Interesting, Raphael. I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but definitely it was a very intense year. It was absolutely crazy, I have to tell you. So, anyways, I decided to release this album. I didn't promote it that much. I remember I just posted. I didn't do any activities around that release. I didn't do any listening parties. I didn't do album release show. It was kind of sad because, all this work and such a lovely record. And I remember how we were announcing the album release, and Steve was posting pictures that he's at home, something self isolated or something like that. And here's also this record. It was absolutely crazy. Um, those days, of course. But I got some very good feedback from the listeners, from the people, and some people were telling me that actually they were thanking me for this release right now because it was supporting them, and they were enjoying listening to it. And I felt like it was probably the right call to do it during the pandemic, even though it was like that. So, very interesting times. Very interesting times indeed. Okay. So guys, if you have any questions, please please let me know. I told you, I think, most of the stories. I mean, I can talk about this much longer, and I can talk about this for hours probably, but I think that for today, um, beautiful way to look at things. What you manage to do affected others positively, I guess. I didn't have time to read. Uh, yes, I hope so. I mean, I hope that, yeah, I hope that it did affect other people positively, for sure. I mean, always when you do something, I think that when you do something that you love and you try to do it genuinely, sincerely, just from the heart, it will always be a good result for the others as well, because when we stay true to our nature and we try to fulfill ourselves in a genuine way, I think it's just a beautiful thing to do. and then everything aligned, and yeah, I think it really meant a lot to me that to have such nice feedback from people. That's for sure. Yeah, still walking in this park. Kind of did a little circle because I don't want to go too deep in because we're going to be finishing, I guess, soon. The time really flies very quickly. We have like maybe a little bit more time, but um, yes, I know that it's evening in Europe and people will be probably going to bed soon. So we'll see. Yes, so this is the place. I love the name as well. High Park. High Park. Um, you do feel much better. It has a very nice energy here when I come here. Always seems to energize me. Thank you. Beautiful park. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, hi, Wolf. Wolf is joining us. We are already. I told all the stories. Great to see you. I told most of the things already, but I'm here in the High Park in Toronto, showing people around. We are enjoying the 20, almost plus 20 degrees Celsius weather. Beautiful weather today after a big snowstorm. No worries. We're all very glad to see you. Please welcome, join us for a little bit. And of course, if you missed, and you did miss the beginning of the stream, you can rewatch it later and listen to all the stories that I've been telling. So, oh, okay, okay. Any questions that you guys have about this record, about Father? So sweet. You are so sweet. You're all so sweet and such a beautiful and supportive audience. That's so good. I just say audience, people. Um, yeah, so this was High Park, and this was my old neighborhood where I lived, and got inspired and released two albums while I was living here. And this park gave me so much inspiration and so much support. More about Supernova. Can you tell us more about Supernova? Supernova is an interesting song. I actually don't remember how exactly it came to be, how I wrote it. I was in a clearly in a very high spirits. And we don't go about the next big thing. We're looking to express. Great questions. Let me answer both. So Supernova, yes, I was in a very high kind of spirits. It's a very powerful song, and it's a song about just starting kind of a new chapter of your life after something dark, really dark and difficult, and just entering that new chapter of your life. And when we were recording this song, it was so different. Jeff, my sound producer and sound engineer, he called it an outsider. Always, he was saying that, oh, Supernova is an outsider. It's completely different. The song from everything else that I've ever written is really like just really powerful and a little bit cheerful in that way. But also, like, I really like the song, and we were thinking what to do with it. And at first, he didn't like it. I remember, and I was trying to persuade him. No, it's going to be a very good fit, and we placed it in the middle of the album, somewhere in the middle of the songs, so that it really like has this nice little accent for that album. Supernova. I haven't played in a long time. Probably should. So the next big theme that I would like to explore, I wanted to go deeper actually in terms of how should I put this? Psychology, like psychologically, I wanted just to go deeper and get more nuanced with my lyrics, and maybe I wanted to be like a better songwriter, just to see, like, to work more. I don't know if I'm expressing it right. There is not one specific theme, just exploring myself and my human experience and other people's human experience, I guess, in a more nuanced way and on a deeper level. Sometimes I listen to, those musicians that I really like David Sylvia and Peter Gabriel. I've been listening to a lot lately. Peter Hamill, I like Scott Walker, and you can see like a very subtle. It's the subtlety, both sonic and also lyric, in terms of the lyric, of the words, how they express themselves, and those nuances and those shades of feeling and so on. And I want to also work on that a little bit. So I want to kind of just, challenge myself in that way, and produce something more kind of unusual for me, and just go in deeper into those nuances, you know? Because when I think about, for example, Song of Songs, I don't know if you had a similar feeling. I feel like it's very broad. Like, these are big themes, and this is very broad, and it's kind of, yeah, it's something that could unite people as well. Like, oh, universal love, Song of Songs, but it's broad. I want to get a lot more nuanced. Um, I don't know if I explained it well, but that's the idea. That's the idea. Something like that. I wanted actually to work with Steve a little bit more. We'll see if we'll have a chance to do that, because I think I have so much to learn from him, and it would be a very good idea for me to do that. You explained well. I understand. Thank you, Raphael. Yeah. Okay. More questions. Wolf, you have any questions? Wolfgang, you just joined us. Maybe you would like. I don't know. I mean, I was talking about father more, but or anybody else, whoever would like to ask anything. I think I will be moving towards the exit. Unfortunately, I would spend the whole day here, but I have something else that have another meeting, and we will be finishing soon. My question is like 3 to 4 weeks to answer. Oh, that's interesting. That would be a long live stream, wouldn't it? That would be a long live stream for sure. So yeah, but okay. So if we have any more questions, I really don't want to leave. I gotta tell you, it's so lovely here. Maybe we should go there for a second. Exactly. Yes, yes, exactly. A very long live stream. Um, Many episodes. Well, we can do that. So we can do that, but maybe not today. Um, it's also yeah, it's also gonna get colder again. So I don't think I can stay in this park for too long, because now it's plus 20. But it's supposed to get again close to zero in the evening, and I don't know what's happening with the weather here in Canada. You have great style with a jacket and sunglasses. Oh, thank you so much, Sheila. Thank you. I'm very glad that you're enjoying my style. Thank you so much. It's very sunny. It's so bright, and I can't. I know that I never showed my eyes throughout the entire live stream. I've been hiding behind these glasses, but I really can't, because it's so sunny today. Sunny, very warm, actually glorious day, absolutely glorious, magnificent. So good to be outside. So good to be in nature and in this park, and to get nostalgic a little bit with you guys. It was a very special live stream, as always. All of our streams are slightly different, and all of them are uh, quite special. At least they feel really special to me. But we are going to be finishing soon. We will do another live stream this month. I know that in March I didn't do anything. I mean, I did a lot of things, but it's just that these things were not live streams. There was a lot of work on the videos, Lots of work on the content. I think I worked too much on that, but hopefully it will give some good results people will enjoy. So in April, I will do another live stream closer to the end of the month. I think it will be a musical one. I'm going to also play live in Toronto on April 27th, and I'm going to be preparing for that. And I think I will do a little live show just for you guys. Um, yeah, maybe from my home studio. Okay, so I'm going to, I think, let you go on that note. We discussed everything. We took a nice little walk together. It went really fast. I feel like we just started, but it's just so enjoyable. And the weather is so lovely that um, goes by very fast. Look forward to that. I love hearing you play. Yes, Rafael, perfect. So I will do that because I haven't done it in a while, right? We mostly do all these conversational live streams, which are also hopefully you enjoy. I enjoy them quite a lot. The studio stream will be great. Sounds good. Yes, sounds good. So I will do that. Maybe one day I'll see your show in Toronto. Oh, that would be excellent. Yes, Sheila. Maybe, sure. We would love to see you here. I know that you mentioned that you like the cold. So please come. April 27th, Sheila. Yes, Sheila, get your tickets. I mean, it's not going to be too cold, but who knows? It's Canada, so it can be snowing again. Maybe it will be a blizzard. Um, all right. So you're very welcome, Wolf. Thank you for joining us for a little bit. You can rewatch again the stream, and thank you everybody else. Thank you guys so much for being here and taking this little walk with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have an amazing. Thank you so much, Raphael. Also, you too have an amazing evening, and I'm wishing an amazing evening to all of you guys. Hope that the weather is nice, and I hope that you're feeling good and you're in a good mood and good spirits. And have a great evening. And I'll talk to you soon, and I'll see you soon. Hopefully, the next streams and Toronto show. And yeah, okay. Okay, see you soon. Bye bye. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, guys. Bye bye.